Welcome to the United States of Tiffany. Our commentary offers a humorous take on wrestling. Please note, we're not bullying or attacking the wrestlers. We're engaging with the choreographed sport and its storylines. Our jokes and observations are about the characters and storylines, not the real people behind them. Tourists and citizens alike, welcome. Enjoy the show, and remember, it's all in good fun.
No, because it's not Prospect's not in that area yet.
Okay, so y'all are gonna hear my husband in the background. He's playing his video game. There's nothing I can do about it. It is what it is. All right. Now that Wrestlepalooza is in the books, I want to know how you guys really felt about it. I'm very curious. Hello. Hi. I want to know how you guys felt about the show. How you felt about it on ESPN, if you watched it on ESPN, all of that. Like, what did you guys really think about it? I'm very interested.
Damn.
Because we'll run through and tell you who won and who lost, which I'm sure by now you already know. And we're also going to talk about Stephanie McMahon being announced as the first inductee into the 2026 WWE Hall of Fame class. We're going to talk about all of it. I ain't going to dwell too much on Wrestlepalooza because I ain't going to lie to you. Didn't watch the show. It is what it is, you know? A lot of people didn't care for Wrestlepalooza. A lot of people liked it. From what I see, it's pretty split down the middle. I will tell you about All Out as well. I'll try to give you as much info when it comes to All Out as possible. And then we're going to talk about the next set of pay-per-views coming up, man. Okay? Sir. Kayla said every match was good, except Cena versus Brock. And she said, I watched it through Disney Plus bundle. Oh. Well, all right. Let's get into the first match. We're not going to dwell on it. John Cena lost to Lego Goro. If you expected him to win, you truly did yourself a disservice. I do wish they would have given him a better fight, if that makes sense. I wish they didn't make it so blatant. Like, it was very old school booked. And this whole feud is just very unhinged to me. It has no rhyme or reason to it. And I'm just disappointed. Disappointed in the pick of Brock Lesnar in the first place. Disappointed in this relentless attack on John Cena, which really has, like I said, it has no rhyme or reason to it. It legitimately does not make any sense. But whatever. Cena lost, unfortunately. And here we are. Luckily, we don't have to look at Brock Lesnar's face for a little while. But, it is what it is. Let's move on to the next match. The Usos took on Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. And the special guest referee was LA Knight in this match. When I heard that he was a special guest referee, I just knew some bullshit was gonna go down here. Now, I'm not gonna run you through this match. I'm not gonna tell you all the twists and turns because I only saw clips. And to be fair, hello, Donnie. And to be fair, I don't care enough to do it. Okay, I'm just being 1,000. I just don't. I will say this. Paul Heyman returning was not that far-fetched. I didn't expect LA Knight to be the special guest referee, so that was a twist. And I didn't pick the BB Twins to win, but I know that Don picked them, Nicole picked them, and I believe Alexis picked them to win as well. So, unfortunately, we'll never hear the end of Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed's bullshit, which I would imagine that they would have them go after the tag team titles at some point and get them, seeing as how their whole group has belts, but they don't. So I imagine that heading into Crown Jewel, the BB Twins are going to end up with them titles going into Crown Jewel, and this is going to be one of the beginning nails in the coffin of the Judgment Day, which, to be honest, I'm happy with, because every time they give Judgment Day those titles, they do not defend them for months. Judgment Day has not defended them titles since they had that last bout. I believe it was against the New Day. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But that was the last time I remember them defending those championships. They haven't defended those titles in forever. They've wrestled, they've had singles competitions, they've even had tag team matches, but they haven't defended those goddamn titles. And I'm sick of it. So as far as I'm concerned, you want to give it to the BB Twins, give it to them. Let them have the shit. Let them have it.
Yeah, I literally had to send me.
What to say? Oh well. Hey, he said, "Yep." I think on Raw. That's what I'm thinking too. It was on a Raw. But anyways, so I don't know. I know that this is going to lead to a fight between LA Knight and Jey Uso, which I'm fine with. But I feel like that this could have been done in a better way. But nobody listens to me anyway. So I'm not gonna waste my time or my breath. You feel me? Let's get to the best part of the show. It was this match. From what I saw and from what I heard, these two women put on a classic match. They fought hard in this match, and it was a clean win from what I understand on Stephanie's part. Io Sky and Stephanie really pulled out all the stops in this match, and Triple H was a proud papa in the back with the two women when they got back there, but Stephanie was very emotional in the middle of that ring because you have to understand what Stephanie back here went through. Not only did she suffer DV by the hands of somebody that she loved while wrestling, prior to her getting, to her pinnacle of being one of the best wrestlers in the business, Stephanie was homeless for a long time wrestling. She worked in a kitchen in a restaurant, and the restaurant would let her sleep in the kitchen for 6 months. That's where she slept. She sometimes didn't know where her next meal was coming from, but the only thing she cared about was wrestling. That's a lot of dedication for you to get to the point where you're collecting belts all around the world and you finally get to the pinnacle, the biggest stage of mainstream wrestling, and you're now the top contender in the business. It's got to feel like everything you have worked for has been brittled down to this one moment, but you have finally made it. That's how it's got to feel for her. So I know that moment was a beautiful moment, but this moment here was even more beautiful. The amount of respect that Io gave to her, the way that she, let her have her moment, but also was there present with her in that moment, it was a beautiful thing. And I like seeing stuff like this. I like seeing stuff like this. So it was very, very cool. Very good match. This is one of the matches that I definitely will say is rewatchable. I hope that you go and watch it just for the sake of watching it. But they put on a very good match. Instant classic. 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10. Amazing. Okay. It was good. Now she's gonna have to be Rhea at Mania. I don't know. I think she's gonna be wrestling Rhea in Perth. I think she's gonna be fighting Rhea in Perth. If it ain't Rhea Ripley, because I think I'm gonna tell y'all something else in a minute, but we gonna finish this out. I think Rhea Ripley is definitely gonna be battling with Stephanie in Perth next month. Perth is on the 12th of October, so that's probably gonna end up happening. But Asuka's definitely gonna be on Io's ass for this loss, and this is gonna be the start of a new feud between Io and Asuka. That's gonna be really interesting. I hope it leads to a good battle between the two of them. He said, "Oh yeah, then that yeah. I mean, they're gonna be in Perth next year, so I mean next month. So, and she gonna lose. That ain't shit, y'all. He ain't shit. All right, so everybody was anticipating this match. Why? Because AJ Lee was returning to the ring after 10 years of retirement. And of course, for a long time, everybody was begging for her to come back, wanting her to come back. And it took Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch deeming themselves to be the new vision of the wrestling industry and them attacking CM Punk for her to lace up her Chuck Taylors and come back into the ring. And that's exactly what happened. Now, I can't speak to the testament of this match because I'm not going to lie to y'all. I did not watch it. Did not watch it at all. But I can say that I know that AJ Lee and CM Punk won this match. Okay. I am well aware of that. But I cannot speak to the greatness of this match, how good or how bad it was. I don't know. I asked the people in the comments what they thought about the match, but me personally, I didn't see it. So I can only go off of what I saw. Nah, I'm sick of her. Hell no. Go after Becky before Liv get back, please. Please. Let me see what they said. Jalen Terry said, I had fun watching it. It was cute. Okay, that's cute. Kayla said it was a good match. Everyone was fighting each other, and I was here for it. Okay, cool. So, given the people that's in the live with me here, those of you watching this in the playback, if you're watching this, please let me know in the comments if you liked it or not, if you enjoyed the match or not. I can't give you my assessment of it because unfortunately I didn't watch it. So I apologize for that. But I just want to say that I'm glad that AJ Lee is back, and I hope that this works out in their favor. I'm not really mad at how they brought her back. Like I said, between her and Nikki Bella, this is the way that you should come back. You're not interfering or impeding in other people's matches or their story arc or their rise in the roster. You are just there, just like everybody else, and that's the way you should be. You don't act as if like a Brock Lesnar, or you're not pulling away from other people like other OGs who have come back. People like God rest his soul. Well, depends on who your God is. God rest his soul. Hulk Hogan did, or like some of the other OGs who had come back into wrestling and took up space, like Brock Lesnar is doing. The girls come back and they respect the space that is already occupied, and they just slide in where they fit in. And that's what I expect from an OG coming back to wrestling, and that's exactly what they've done. So respect to them for that, because they could very easily just take the shit over. You know what I'm saying? Now, final match of the night was Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes. From what I hear, this match was actually pretty decent. Everybody did their part. But if you thought that Drew was going to beat him, you crazy. I told y'all that he wasn't going to beat him. I warned y'all that this wasn't going to happen. Okay? Cody kept his title. And the reason why he kept his title is because of this little interaction that happened behind over on the post show. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up so y'all can see it. Okay? Because I feel like this is the setup of our this is the setup of our Survivor Series. Just hold on. And y'all, like I said, y'all hear something, that's my husband in the background. So hold tight. So I had to mute it because I did not want them to flag me or nothing. They're probably gonna flag me anyway, but I had to mute it. But this little interaction between Cody and Seth explains a lot. Okay. But I'm very interested. I'm interested in how they're gonna set this up. Why I may or may not get a cute little title reign. Well, you're not gonna get one. You did. Yes, I live for a champ versus champ. No winner take all. I have to agree. But I feel like that bug is running around in the E. You know how it is. Because next week, we got a winner take all match between Obafemi and Trick Williams. But I don't think that match is going to go over that well. And I don't think nobody going to win in that match. But you'll see why. Anywhoosies, we got a nice little. I know you hate it. I know you hate it. Hello, Brandy. How are you? Now, the last thing I want to talk to y'all about is this. Stephanie McMahon is the first inductee into the 2026 class of the WWE Hall of Fame. And congratulations to Stephanie McMahon. She has earned the right to be a Hall of Famer. And if you have not watch Stephanie McMahon's journey and growth as a woman in this company, from a teenager to a grown woman having children and running that brand until she decided she was done, then you really have missed out on what true power in terms of a woman having it can really look like. Stephanie was a pillar. She was somebody who would show you how you can navigate this male driven world with respect. You're going to demand it. You have to. If you don't, you're going to be eaten alive. I don't think Shane McMahon was made for this particular type of job because he didn't have the ruthlessness that Stephanie McMahon had. He just didn't. And I'm so happy for her. I am so happy that she's getting it because she deserves it. Everything she deserves, she's getting it. And I'm happy. I like Stephanie a lot. I ain't never said Stephanie was perfect. She's made her mistakes, but I like Stephanie. I think she's probably one of the coolest people in the E in terms of just recognizing when shit ain't right. It's time to pack your shit and get the fuck out. That's that bitch just said, I don't need this shit. I don't need this shit. I'm a billionaire princess. My husband worked. I take my ass home. I don't need this shit, and I don't blame you. Go home. Shit. God said he just had the risk factor. Now, I know you learned when you watched the Vince McMahon doc on Netflix, you learned why he had that risk factor. It was all because Vince kept trying to force him to prove himself because that's what he had to do with his father. He perpetuated all of this bullshit on his son, treated his daughter like she was a princess, but treated his son like he was the bane of his existence or like he wasn't even there. And the things he did to try to get his father's attention, I wish he would have went to therapy instead. So, anyways, not to overshadow you, Steph. Congratulations. I'm glad you're getting inducted, and I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of the class of 2026 for the WWE Hall of Fame. All in all, I will say that the pay-per-view for WWE was an okay pay-per-view. This seems like it was more of a middle of the road pay-per-view. It wasn't something that you definitely had to see unless you were in dire need of watching AJ Lee return to the ring and watching Stephanie become champion. Other than that, I don't see the need for you to watch Wrestlepalooza. I do have a curious question though. For those of you who watched it on ESPN, that's obviously. How did it stream? Did it stream smoothly? Did you have any hiccups? Was there any issues with buffering? Um, how was it? Was it easy to use? Was the interface easy to use? Because am I skipping? Y'all can hear me? Hold on. Hold on. Still don't know my worth, still stressing perfection. Let you out of my mental, got me looking too desperate. Damn, you ain't deserve. Okay, can y'all hear me better now? Is it cleaner now?
Right, my word of highway is what?
Y'all gotta let me know in the comments if you can hear me or if the sound is better.
Oh no.
Let me know so I can go back. No, it's not better. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Maybe I can switch my. Okay, is that cleaner? Is that better? I had a couple of hiccups on Disney Plus and missed a couple of spots in the Braun and Usos and Stephanie versus EO. Ooh,
Yeah.
I don't like that. Is that better in the sound? Okay. Y'all ain't on the comments if the sound is better. And then we'll move on. It goes in and out. Okay. Let me take. Okay. So I'm just going to use the microphone on my computer since you said the sound is going in and out.
Right.
All right. So.
The crazy part about it is he probably don't realize it.
And don't worry about it. I'm just going to use the sound on my computer and that's how we're going to keep it cute. Keep it classy. Okay. I'm going to run through AEW's All Out really quickly. I promise it will not take me long to go over it. I know some of y'all over here do not like AEW All Out, but I mean AEW, but I will say this. They have been cleaning things up over there. It does look like they're moving in the right direction for AEW and changing up a few things. So as long as they put on decent content that I enjoy, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to talk about it. Okay, so let's get into it. I promise I won't keep y'all long. It's gonna be real simple and plain. Okay. First things first, AEW's women's title was on the line, and you will never believe who is now your new AEW women's champion. Okay. In this match, we have 4 women competing. We had Toni Storm, we had Jamie Hayter, Chris Statlander, and Thekla were all competing in this match to become the new AEW Women's World Champion. And the person who ended up willing out in the end was Chris Statlander. Chris Statlander is now your new AEW Women's Champion. And I'm proud of Chris Statlander for everything she's been through and how far she was able to come. Chris Statlander is not a new champ. And Thekla and Jamie Hayter, they put up a good fight. And so did Toni Storm. But they were not able to best Chris. And she just was able, she was the better woman this night. And she now is the new champ. You gotta love that for Thekla. I mean, for Chris Statlander. Toni Storm was in shock, but unfortunately, she was not able to retain her AEW Women's Championship. I guess the way WWE now wants to be somewhat predictable, the plan for Survivor Series War Games this year is Seth, the Bronze, Brock, and Drew versus Punk, Cena, Cody, Roman, and one of the Usos. That's a wild mix of people. I wouldn't put Brock Lesnar inside that fucking cage. That's crazy. And I don't think Brock Lesnar would do it, honestly. Brock Lesnar, I don't think he would do it. I'm just being honest. I really don't think that man would do it. I really don't. I don't know how. I don't know why you assume Brock would be in there. I just don't think Brock would do it. I just don't think he would do it. And I don't think John Cena would do it either. That match is fucking brutal. That match is brutal. But I mean, he did Elimination Chamber. So if he can do Elimination Chamber, he can do War Games, I guess. But I don't think either one of them would be willing to do War Games. I'm just being fair. And Bronson Reed is a fucking psychopath if he going back inside that chamber after he broke his ankle the last time. That's crazy. I will keep my ass at home. They're gonna have to vision me from the couch, nigga. I'm not going in that damn cage. The hell? She kicked that girl in her cat. Yes, dropped her down. It was a good decision to have Toni Storm losing in this pay-per-view because AEW reached to the point where there was nothing for Toni to do. Yeah, Yeah, I agree. I was just happy for Chris Statlander. I was happy, but I was surprised. I thought Tony would end up eventually dropping that title to Mercedes, and I'm glad that she did it. I'm glad she dropped it to somebody else. I really am. I just don't think that he would do it, Don. He not going in there. I don't think he going in there. I don't think either one of them is going there. They're two pampered princesses, and they're just not going in there. Pillow princesses, if you will. They're not going in there. Why do we even want that man in the match? I do not. The predictability factor is, I don't think it's predictable. I think that people often confuse predictability with foreshadowing. WWE foreshadows a lot. They foreshadow often. It's just y'all don't be paying attention. And then when I point it out, that's when y'all be having well, it's too predictable. It's not predictable because they could give you a little piece and then pivot into something new. They don't have to go into that territory. I don't think that CM Punk, CM Punk probably will do it, but I don't think John Cena nor Lego Goro is going to do that match. I don't think that at all. Hold on. He ain't getting in no damn war games. I don't think he's going in there either, honestly. I would have done Jamie, but Chris is still a great choice. I agree. That belt should have went to Thekla. I think eventually Thekla will get the title. So I'm not mad at it. I wasn't mad that Tony dropped the belt at all. If she had dropped it to Thekla, I would have been fine. If she dropped it to Jamie, I would have been fine. I was surprised they gave it to Statlander, though. I really was. But there was a segment on SmackDown where Paul is about to reconcile with Brock again. What does that have to do with War Games? I don't understand how that all correlates into War Games. Brock Lesnar has to want to do War Games, and he's notorious for not doing it. He does the bare minimum and gets paid the maximum. Look at the match that y'all had today at Wrestlepalooza. It was terrible. And John Cena's matches haven't been that bad in a whole year. Like, that man literally spent 30 minutes wrestling Logan Paul not too long ago. And this is what you give us? A 8-minute smash fest? Like, I'm like, this is not 2003. I don't care what Paul Heyman did with Brock Lesnar. I don't believe that he's going to be in War Games. If he's in War Games, Switchblade, I've apologized to you before when you were right. I'll apologize to you again and say, fam, you was right. Really. I really, really would. But I'm just not, I just don't believe that. I just don't believe it. Hello, Anthony. War Games is it's a lot. It's a very intense match. I wouldn't want to do it. I know you got to be crazy to want to do War Games. If you like the chaos of War Games, then most of the time that's where the War Games where the match be good at. A lot of times War Games be more fun on the women's side than they do with the men. But if I recall the last War Games matches we got, what was the last War Games? Let me go look it up. Let me go look it up before I get back into All Out, because I was talking about All Out. Okay, Google, tell me about the War Games. War Games 2024 match card. Okay. Oh, it was Bloodline versus Bloodline. Okay. And then it was Rhea and them versus what's her face? Judgment Day. And it was like shorter person, right? Rhea, Bianca, Naomi, Io Sky, and Bailey beat Liv Morgan, Raquel, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae. They did really good. Okay, so I remember that match. They did good. The women's match was good last year, but the men's match, it was okay, but it wasn't great. It was okay. Um, Let me go back to y'all comments. She said y'all lost in the sauce. Not they lost in the sauce. The only match that I want to see Lego Head is home and off my TV screen. Okay, Kayla, I'm with you on that one. I refuse to watch that. Who won? Brock? Yes. Yes, he did. Agreed. It was the right call. I do think it was the right call for her to drop it. I do. Like, what are we talking about? What about him and Paul reconnecting got to do with him going into fucking war games? I don't know. Them folks don't like being in war games or elimination chamber. They hate that chamber. They hate that chamber. They hate it. Not gonna lie, at this rate, the way WWE are going, they may not give us another Cena versus AJ Styles match, especially in Cena's final year. And most fans want to see the match again in Cena's final year. I would give it to him at Perth because he's supposed to be there. So I would give them the match at Perth, honestly. I would start building on that Monday. Like, I would do that immediately. They're not giving AJ Styles the Intercontinental Championship. They done iced him out of that. So I would let him go after John Cena and let them have something going. That's why they always got a ton of the same people. Yep. We are not getting an AJ match. I want to. I want an AJ match. I'm gonna pray on it. Those were 8 minutes that I will never get back. Girl, at this point, I warned y'all what that match was gonna be like. I told y'all. And y'all wasn't listening. You should have put the shit on mute and got yourself something to eat and something to drink. And then you would have came back and John Cena would have got pinned. It would have been over. You wouldn't have had to suffer through it. This is one of them times where I feel like Picture in the Picture should still exist.
2001, 2003
I wish to like Picture in the Picture still existed because that would have gave you all the feels, honey. But let's get into the results for All Out. Okay, we're gonna run the gambit just like we did before on the previous episode. I mean, like on the previous part of the show when we talked about Wrestlepalooza. We're gonna talk about All Out. Now, I just told y'all, okay, that Toni Storm dropped her title to Chris Statlander. Now, I can't go by the match card because I don't know the order the match actually was in. So we just gonna go by what I can see. Okay. Now, hold on.
Yes, you do.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Keep giving me all the wrong shit. Now, goddamn.
I just ran a game in that event.
Okay, great.
Before.
So, on the 0 hour, we had the Ops, the Powerhouse, Hobbs, and Samoa Joe facing off against the Workhorsemen, Anthony Henry and JD Drake. They won by submission. It was a tag team match. Daniel Garcia had Marina Sheffer with him, and he defeated Shibata by pinfall. I don't know how to say that man's first name, so I apologize for that. The third match was a trios match. It was a hologram in Paragon, which is Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong. They defeated the Frat House, Cole Carter, Griff Garrison, and Preston Vance with Jack Jameson. I don't even know who that is, but sure. They defeated them by pinfall. It only lasted 3 minutes and 20 seconds. That's crazy. Harley Cameron, Mina Sharikoa, that's how you say her name. If I'm saying it wrong, I'm sorry. Queen Aminata and Willow Nightingale, they beat Megan Bain, Penelope Ford, and Triangle of Madness, which is Julia Hart and Sky Blue. This was the 8-woman tornado tailgate brawl. It lasted like 8 minutes, and from what I heard, it was a pretty decent matchup. So it was just a pretty decent matchup from what I heard. It was good. A lot of people liked that 8-woman that brawl. They really enjoyed it. I'm going to get into the rest of the matches in a second. Let me just pull up y'all comments. I didn't care who won. I just wanted to be over it. Well, you just could have not watched it, Kayla. That's what I'm telling you. Yes, they hate Elimination Chamber. Them niggas get so mad when they get asked. I know that's right. I would say no. No, I'm not doing that. All Out from the Rip seems like it was the overall the better show. I would have kept the original slot if I was them. It was the better show, honestly, Nicole. From what I saw, the show was fairly solid. Is Shibata? Is that how you say it? Is it Shibata? Girl, you know I butcher a name, so I'm sorry if I'm butchering Mina's name. I apologize. It was a better show. I will give them that. I ain't never took nothing away from AEW. It was the better show. Not 3 minutes. Yes, it was 3 minutes and 20 seconds to be exact. Terrible decision. Megan Bain's team should have won that match. I respectfully disagree. After what they did to them on Wednesday, on September to Remember, nope. I am okay with that decision of Megan Bain's team losing. Doesn't mean that they ain't gonna get there. Megan Bain is quite green. She actually needs some more work, clean up her wrestling. I stand by what I said before, that those women need to implement some tag team titles for those women because they have enough women to do it. They need to get it done. Do it now.
Yeah, I am.
All right, we're moving on. Adam Copeland and Christian Cage defeated FTR and Stokely by pinfall. This is the match that had Beth Copeland come out and spear Stokely. He ate a nasty spear from Beth Phoenix. It was a pretty decent showing for Beth. Beth always looks great, so I was happy about that. Eddie Kingston defeated Big Bill by pinfall. I'm not surprised at that match either. This was Eddie Kingston's first match back in the big house, so I'm not surprised that he beat Big Bill. Mark Briscoe beat MJF in the tables and tax match. I heard this match was pretty bloody as well. It was almost 20 minutes. They said the blood streak was on MJF's crotch, and it was a lot of thumbtacks in that ring. It's pretty brutal.
I'm not
let me get these comments up.
Tell me about that too. They have been going at it for a minute, and MJF been getting the best of them for a while.
I said it right the first time? Okay. WWE needs to stop with this championship PTO, which even in this PLE, it was proven with this ripoff of a PLE where we only that 2 title matches. Okay, if you paid attention to SmackDown Friday, which you alluded to SmackDown on Friday, so I know you watched it, you know that there were supposed to be 3 title matches on that card, but Tiffany Stratton suffered a concussion. Therefore, she was not able to defend her title at Wrestlepalooza. There was supposed to be a triple threat for the women's championship at Wrestlepalooza. Now, all of the titles were defended except for Seth Rollins' title because he was tag teaming with his wife. Now, if they put these matches on and they have all these matches defended at every single pay-per-view with every single title being defended, you're not going to like that shit. Somebody's pulling in the driveway. It's probably for the boys. You're not going to enjoy it. The show's going to be too long. You're going to be irritated. So I think you're wrong on that assessment. And I think you need to really think about if you would really enjoy watching this show from start to finish with 10 matches on it. 10 of them, 5 of them you don't care about because they either didn't have enough time to build them up or you simply aren't interested in them. Because usually that's the case. And that's what was happening originally before Triple H took over when we had Vince in charge. A lot of the matches on the card didn't mean anything to anybody. And y'all was mad because you was sitting up watching wrestling for 3.5 hours on every single pay-per-view. So when they cut the thing down to a 2-hour pay-per-view, wow. My husband's phone is crazy. So when they cut the thing down to a 2-hour pay-per-view and set it so that they could only have a certain number of matches and they have to keep their time, it made life a lot easier about what matches or feuds are going to be prioritized over the other. And that's what's happening. It's not about PTO for titles. It's prioritizing the feuds that are more important or have the most buzz, and that's the loudest. If you're not interested in it, they're not going to put the shit on the pay-per-view. It's not worth the money. It's not going to sell the card. The whole point is to get you to buy into the PLE, to buy into the tickets, to get the seats. You're not going to buy tickets to a show and watch a bunch of people wrestling that you don't care about. And that's just the truth. I meant only had 2 title matches. I get what you meant. Megan still doesn't wrestle that great. She looks great. Her headpieces are sensational. I think she's beautiful. But Megan needs training. She needs to go back into training, and she needs to train extensively to keep herself going. And I think the more she trains, the better she will get. It was Eddie's first match back. I know. What did I say? Did I not say it was his first match back? I said it was his first time back in the big house in a while, which is what I meant by that it was his first match back. She been wrestling for a couple years and is mediocre at best. I agree. I heard the casket match was good though. I did hear about the casket match. They were bleeding a lot, so it doesn't make sense. Y'all want shit without a build or storyline. No, because then we'll be sitting here arguing about the fact that there's no storyline, there was no build, and they just put this match on the card with no build. Y'all do this all the time. One, you either mad because they don't put enough title matches on the card, or you're mad because there are too many title matches on the card. Either way, you're going to be upset. I say let them book the card how it is and judge the card for what it is, not for what it could or should be. Even with 2 hours of PLE, there's now too many ad breaks. I don't know what to tell you. They're going to put ads in there, babe. That's how they make their money. I don't know what to tell you. They've already sold the space. They're going to do it. They're going to do it. Okay. So we had another trios match after the Briscoe MJF match. The Demand, which consists of Ricochet, Bishop Khan. I love Khan. I love that man. Okay. And Toa Leona. And they defeated the Hurt Syndicate. Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and MVP, period. That's what they should have did. Mercedes beat Rio. I'm going to tell you how she did it. She raked that lady over the eyes, and she won. Their match was 16 minutes long. The trios match was 13 minutes long. Okada defeated Takeshita and Dorada in this 3-way match for the AEW Unified Championship. That man ain't gonna never drop that damn championship. Okay, this match was 21 minutes. Okay, he ain't gonna never drop this damn championship. The Jon Moxley match. Jon Moxley defeated Darby Allin. This was a 20-minute match in this coffin match, and it was due to the fact that Pac returned and took out Darby Allin, and it was a pretty brutal match physically. The men were going at it. I mean, they were stabbing each other in the forehead. It was a lot of blood. It's too much blood. Too many bodily fluids is happening in wrestling in this particular card. I didn't like it, so I wasn't a fan. But overall, people liked the match mainly because of Pac returning. But not even that. It was because of the way the match was structured, how they laid everything out. If you are a blood and guts type of person, this is the kind of match that you would like. Like I said, Chris Statlander beat Timeless Tony Storm, JD Hayter, and Thekla in a 4-way match for the AEW Women's Championship. And Brodito, which is Brody King and Bandito, retained their tag team championships. I want to say it was Tony Storm.
The wife said she think Tony might have ate the pin.
I'm not quite sure who ate the pin per se, because with every clip I saw, Statlander was holding the title, but Tony was the last one in the ring.
Okay.
So I don't know who ate the pin. I will have to ask somebody in the comments if they know who ate the pin, but I'm not 1000% sure. After the match with Brodito, the Young Bucks had a little altercation with Jack Perry. Jack Perry came out there, and it looked like the three of them was going to try to rekindle things, but Jack Perry attacked both members of the Young Bucks. They tried to take out Jack Perry, to which Luchasaurus returned to aid against his old friend, and it looks like Jurassic
Yeah.
What they called him?
I said, I don't think.
What they called him?
I don't think I can hit that.
What did they call Jack Perry and Luchasaurus as a team? I don't remember. It was Jurassic something. Was it Jurassic Express or some shit? It was something stupid like that. I don't remember. I don't remember. I do not remember what they called the people. WWE, even on a PLE, has to cut down on the ad breaks in those filler segments. Babe, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'm going to say this in the nicest way. If you're going to complain about everything, why are you watching? There's alternatives, or just take it at face value, because they just don't offer it without those commercials. And even still, they do ad breaks in between each match. So it is what it is, unfortunately. Or just watch things like AEW, New Japan, Indies, so much. Just recently, if you haven't heard, Karrion Kross just beat Calvin Tankman. It was a pretty brutal match between the two of them, but it was really good. And Karrion came out looking very good. He did very, very well. So if you want to go watch that, you can. I think it's over on YouTube, but a lot of the clips are up on Twitter. You can watch. I don't know where you can watch New Japan. I don't even know where to look to watch New Japan. Yes. Oh, it is Jurassic Express. That's what it is. Yeah, you got the name right. Okay. Because I couldn't remember what them baby's name was at all. Okay. I'm like, what the hell is their name? But anyway, the Jurassic Express has reunited, so good for them. They seem to be a really cool thing. Everybody seemed to be happy that they got back together. Whatever. So, Hangman Adam Page defeated Kyle Fletcher by pinfall. I saw a lot of clips from this match, and I will say that Kyle Fletcher is everything that he claims to be when it comes to that ring. He was pretty clean in this match. I didn't see anything where he was out of line or out of place. Majority of the match, him and Hangman Adam Page vibed very well with each other. They had a clean match. They had some gnarly spots. Hangman had it looked like he tombstoned him on this damn table. It was nuts. It was some really, 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 really gnarly match spots in this match, but overall it was really good. Hangman retained. Now the stipulation in this match was that if any member of the Don Callis family interfered, Fletcher would have been disqualified and stripped of his AEW TNT championship. So Fletcher had to go this one alone, and he put up a hard fight, but he was not able to best the Hangman. Okay, he just couldn't. Okay, so it was Jurassic Express. Okay, I know it goes to Roku after the year ends. Oh, that's cool. AEW had commercials like it's in streaming. Okay. So they all have these commercials. There's really no way for you to get around it. And even if you decide for ad free, WWE is going to give you a commercial. It just is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it, babes. I'm sorry to tell you that, but it just is what it is. So overall, I would say if I had to choose between the two PLEs, something that you wanted to rewatch, something that you wanted to see, if you could get away with watching it without paying for it, and you really wanted to watch something fun, I would say go with the AEW with All Out. Why? Because they had a very extensive card. You can pick and choose what you wanted to watch. 0 Hour provided you with an immense amount of wrestling that wasn't bad. It was actually pretty solid wrestling with good storylines. And the main card had really good storylines and good matches. Overall, I think AEW's been killing it as of lately with these PLEs and their booking. I'm going to start watching them on Wednesdays while I'm recording Freestyle Wednesday with you guys, because I really want to start being able to pay attention to the card and actually see what I'm looking at and understand what I'm watching. Sometimes it throws me off when it comes to AEW because they're not as clean as I need them to be, but I'm going to give them a little bit of a pass
Right.
And I'm going to watch it and try to enjoy just the wrestling itself. I'm really, really interested in the women's division and how it has began to flourish under Tony Storm's tutelage, because it really has elevated itself over the last couple of years. And I'm just very interested in that. And I need for Tony Khan to give those women the tag team titles. Put them in play now while you have these girls moving as a faction. You've got Julia and Sky Blue moving as a team. You have something here with them. Use it. Okay, you've got something good with Megan Bain and Penelope Ford. You need to jump on it now while it's rolling. Ugh. Ugh. Not your man, Kyle. Crazy that we're promoting AEW over the E. Look at us. Who would have thought? Honestly, I I have said this for years, but I'll continue to say it. I've never ever wanted AEW to go down. I want them to flourish. I want them to be good, because people who don't enjoy WWE deserve to have something else to watch as well. And those wrestlers in AEW deserve to be seen. Okay. I just want them to do it right. And I just want it to be worthwhile. WWE is always going to be there. They're not going anywhere. So, as far as I'm concerned, they had a shitty PLE. It happens. A lot of people were excited about AJ Lee's return. That was probably one of the big driving forces of this particular PLE. But the other one was the fact that Stephanie became champion, and she did a damn good job at it. Her and EO really pulled out all the stops in that pay-per-view. It just was really good. I'm very proud of both of them, and I expected nothing less than greatness from them, and that is exactly what they gave us. As far as Lego Goro Head and John Cena is concerned, I expected nothing but what we got, which was trash. Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre, filler match. It was a match that had to be done due to what was happening. They set it up, they ended it, boom, it's done. As far as LA Knight, Jay Uso, Jimmy, the whole thing with them, it's interesting concept here, but I really want them to flesh out LA Knight and Jay Uso and let whoever wins go back after the World Heavyweight Championship. And I want to see Jimmy flourish. I feel like Jimmy needs to go after that Intercontinental Championship, and he needs to win it. I want to see some new things moving forward. We're getting down to the wire to the end of the year, and every year they kind of calm down and quiet down, but I'm hoping that we will get some stuff that's worthwhile. We got a few PLEs until we end up going on a little hiatus, on a little break. Not here, but we never break over here. We're always there. Just full on weirdo, man. All right. So for right now, we got a few things heading into NXT this weekend. I mean, this Tuesday. Next Tuesday, the NXT Championship will be on the line against Trick Williams and the TNA Championship.
7-1 and the 7 foot.
I have a sneaking suspicion that this isn't going to go over well, and that something bad is going to happen here with these men. Don't know exactly what's going to happen, but something bad is going to happen. From what I heard on the YouTube streets and in the streets of the internet, they're saying that a new PLE is about to spring up, and this PLE will be very similar to what they provide in terms of NXT or the main roster War Games matches, but it's going to be something completely new that they introduced specifically for NXT and for TNA to participate in. Now, I don't know if they're going to do traditional 5-on-5, if they're going to do champion versus champion, or what they're going to do, but The reality is, it seems like this whole setup is going to lead to the PLE in November that they're supposed to be creating, which is going to provide them with the reasoning behind invading NXT and attempting to take over. This is all going to happen at No Mercy. No Mercy is in on the 27th. And whoever wins in this match will face off against Ricky Saints at No Mercy. Now, right now, the card is set for Ricky Saints to face off against Obafemi, but it doesn't mean that he will be the winner come next Tuesday. Also, JC Jane is facing off against Lola Vice in No Mercy next week. And I'm sure next Tuesday they're going to have some words or whatever. They're going to have to build this card up for No Mercy because right now there's only 2 matches booked. I believe that the third match is the match with Ethan Page where he's going to be competing against Tavion Heights. Other than that, no tag team matches put on that card, nothing. So I'm very curious as to what else is going to happen for NXT's No Mercy. But like I said, No Mercy is September 27th on Saturday in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Now, SmackDown and Saturday Night Main Event, they have a tag team duo. This is going to be on Friday, October 31st and November 1st. Both of these are going to be in Salt Lake City, Utah. Okay. But prior to that, in October, okay, earlier in the month, TNA's Bound for Glory is happening, and it is already scheduled that Mike Santana will face off against the TNA champion to reclaim the title that he never got to get. He's supposed to be the one facing off against a champion. Who that champion will be, I don't know who that champion will be, love.
Gotcha.
Over here in WWE land, Crown Jewel Perth will take place on October 11th. They made a whole weekend of this. They are going to Australia. They're going to be there from Friday to Monday. Okay. Hold on. It's a lot going on, y'all. All righty. And then we have Halloween Havoc for NXT on Saturday, October 25th. Okay. And then we have Survivor Series on November 29th. And I'm sure between Halloween Havoc and Survivor Series, there will be something else in there for everybody to watch. Okay. I am sure of it. But we also have in AEW Full Gear will be Saturday, November 22nd in Newark, New Jersey. I believe that's when Full Gear is. Let me double check. Yes, I am correct. So that is the next PLE for AEW. That's what they're probably going to be referencing or building to for the next couple of months. All right. And they probably will have a TV special, maybe, or not. Because, I mean, they just had one with September to Remember. And then we're moving out of there. And then October and then November. So they probably won't. They probably will just chill out for a little while and just have a couple matches on the card. Then after we have Saturday Night Main Event, where they will have John Cena have his final test, his final bout, which will probably be back against Lego Goro again. The road to Royal Rumble will begin in January on the 8th, on a Thursday. Okay, there will be 2 SmackDowns and 2 Raws, all in this tour, leading up to leading up to Royal Rumble in Riyadh this year. Okay. So we got a lot going on, babes. It's a lot. Then after that, we usually get Elimination Chamber. What is it doing? Then after that, we usually get Elimination Chamber. And this computer is giving me hell today. Okay. I gotta get the hell out of here.
I see you coming. I was trying to move out the way.
All my stuff is getting stuck. Jesus. Hold on, y'all. Ooh. Don't fall, girl. Okay. Okay, that's better. Oop, not that picture. Girl, I'm trying to get it fixed. And this one acting like a maniac. What is happening? Jackie slapped the hell out of her. I mean, low-key, she deserved it, if we're being honest. But anyways, and I don't never take up for Jackie's ass because she petty as hell, but Chantal deserved it. Anyways, then we got WrestleMania happening in Vegas on April 18th and April 19th. Okay. It's a lot. It's a lot going on. But you know what? We're going to get through it like we always do. And do not forget, in October, we are going to be putting on Wrestle Eats. I have already told y'all what the menu is going to be. I'm going to post it on the community tabs. Again, do not forget to go over to the community section on my YouTube page and give me your questions that you want me to answer. I don't have nothing off limits. Everything is open for me to answer. We'll answer them on camera and just sit and mukbang and chill. We're going to do this for a couple of videos. And then when we start curating specific videos towards specific wrestlers, then we'll have a little conversation about those wrestlers and how I feel about them. And maybe you might see some guests pop in here and there when I do my show. Hopefully you guys like it and you big it up. Wrestle Eats is coming. We're going to be talking about the very first episode is going to be Cheat Meals Volume 1. And that is going to be a very interesting set of cheat meals that the wrestlers keep mentioning in all the videos that I have seen. I did extensive research for y'all. Okay. So we got a lot coming down the pike. We're going to do wrestling cheat meals. We're going to do their favorite, what they call it, the muscle guy on Instagram. He always asks them what their Waffle House order is. I wrote down every single wrestler that they came across. We're gonna do episodes on that. We got a lot of stuff coming down the pike, man. Okay. Plus, I haven't forgotten about it. Y'all want the makeup tutorials? Those are coming as well. I'll do Stephanie's first and I'll work on Bria's and we'll get all that stuff out within the next couple of weeks, well before Halloween. So you'll have it up and it'll be ready to go. So I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all for following me and being over here rocking with me. And I will see you guys next time. Don't forget, Wrestle Eats is coming in October. It's coming. Okay, bye.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more wrestling content. Check out our merch and consider becoming a member for exclusive perks, special emojis, and members-only content.